I'm starting the video just to kind of.
This is actually a lot more nerve-wracking than I thought. I mean, like, I know...
I told him there's going to be one of two problems. Either he's not a morning person.
I am not.
Or he's going to get nervous when we go on air.
Nah.
So it's both.
It's fine. It's fine. I might be still half asleep to where I don't realize we're discussing on the air. And that's what I'm banking on. I might even wear my sunglasses inside to keep up with the live feed. You know.
I mean, honestly,
I have an image.
It's live. It's live on the TuneIn app. So, but after that, it's all recorded.
Oh,
so
cool. I'm down.
You could just focus on your girlfriend. Pretend you're talking to her.
She's actually Snapchatting me and making me look really cool on the internet. So I'm very.
You could jump in here if you wanted to for a little bit.
Yeah, dude. She's cool. She puts up with me, dude.
You could take our on-air pictures too, that I always forget to almost do before we. So we'll take pictures at the end too.
Oh yeah. Right. She's all, dude. She's gonna like ruin my career. That's what she's gonna be like, dude. He sucks. I hate him. He's a great boyfriend. Not great piercer. Right? All right, mediocre.
Oh, how long have you been piercing? I should.
I've been piercing since the end of 2008, beginning of 2009.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my band didn't make it, so.
Yeah, I have that in my notes about your band.
Oh, that's terrible.
Don't talk about your band?
No, I mean, talk about music, you know. I'm an enthusiast, but not anything specific about it.
Okay.
So I'm like weird.
We'll talk. I have to Instagram stalk you to do research. So
I'm sorry.
Guitar and drums. Right?
Yes. I usually play bass, but my last people I was with was basically I'm like, if you can't finish the tour, call me. You know, and I'll finish the rest for you.
Oh, I see. Nice.
So, but I haven't. I'm 31, man. I don't want to live in a van anymore.
There's been a lot of good gigs that have happened, unlike in like other bands where people can't finish.
Yeah, dude. But like I literally toured because I was homeless, bro. So I was like, you know what I mean? I was like 20 years old. I was homeless. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go learn those songs and get in that van. That's my house now. You know.
My sound's okay. I feel like I'm too far. You're definitely too far, but we'll get to that later.
That's
what else should I ask before we go on?
Is this too close? Is this my beautiful voice? Girl, what's your name? I'm having way too much. I'm sorry.
You should have that fun.
Right?
We're
just...
The best radio voice is the guest.
It's okay.
Oh, damn! I see.
He's gonna ream me with the worst questions now. Like, so how's your warts doing?
Nah.
You know, like, I heard you ruined Lyft because of Tinder. It's all the same people. You know, like. Besides being a professional, you're a ho-fessional from you know. Great.
I love learning that word, ho-fessional.
Hey, that's not swearing.
That's like when I was talking to telling a story about my husband and his mom. His mom thinks that I made him gay, and I was like, he was a slut before I met him.
You're like, dude,
and
he sucked
like,
my dick. You know, like, actually, he was like, bro, you want to like, you know, you want to cuddle after the game, bro? I don't know, like, you know, like, that's. Thank you for not being offended. That's cool as fuck. Okay, cool, right?
Why would I? Actually, the one issue that I had when I first got to getting my tattoo was like, you know, straight guys like to joke about gay stuff, and then like they kind of realize like, oh, you put your balls in my mouth last night, and then it was like. I was like, I don't know if you guys are being like, literal though, because in the gay world we're like, you'd just be like, yeah,
you're like,
balls
see, puppy, see, I'm down, dude. Let's do this. Balls in mouth. Yes. Yeah. You know, so that's. I can't believe that worked. That's tight. I'm so down. See, we should just start airing. Like, you know,
we can start whenever you want.
I know, right? I've been talking this whole time. That was great material.
He was nervous for 5 minutes.
Yeah. No,
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could sing in front of public.
It was. That was. You were literally on point. Shit. Oh, wow. Okay, good. See?
Well, we do have the video, so that's happening.
Okay, so. Want to see my fingers turn blurred? I'm kidding. No,
did you want to talk about... so since your three major shops all talk about each other, they said that you're into magic now? Did you want to talk about that?
We can't do that on the radio, though. I can't show you a magic trick. Bro,
I would like to be the first radio show to do magic
Just
tricks.
ask me, oh my God, that was amazing. There was a lion, like, wow.
How did you make a lion and a unicorn appear in here?
Did you know that Scotland's national animal is the unicorn? Google it. I did. Dude, I was...
Well, they know whales is the dragon.
What?
Yeah.
These people need to stop doing drugs. I'm already pretty far-fetched,
No,
but dear Lord, dude, like...
It was before people could verify these things, right? They were like, dude, I saw it. I saw it.
There was a dragon. I was on like 8 bottles of mead, but I swear it was a dragon. Dragon.
I heard mead's really strong.
I'm down. I like my stuff efficient. I'm already way too lazy. You see how I've been taking forever to drink. So that's why piercing is great. 5 minutes, all prep, all talk, fantastic. It's great.
Did you want to talk? I think when I've been in the shop with you before, you've talked about food stuff. So
yeah,
okay.
That's my. Look, I said 2 chins. Look, there's like live feed. I expand. Want to see this guy open his eyes? Look. Oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry. You can't do that on the radio. Just like magic. Okay. All right. Well, what are we doing now?
We can wait till 11:30, or we could start. Or is having a longer show making it longer to produce them though? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Except when I say...
You're still doing your pre-interview right now.
What's that?
Any more questions for him?
Is this like behind the scenes? I'm down.
Yeah, this is just kind of help you warm up and, it's the foreplay.
Well, good thing. Yes. See, Papi. My radio.
I think that needs to be a ringtone. You even felt that. See, Papi.
Hola, Papi, ¿cómo estás? Oye, Dios mío, es milagro. I speak Spanish now. Thank you, baby. Appreciate it.
So you're Filipino, but you speak Spanish?
No. I'm dating a Mexican.
Oh, I see.
So I have to catch up on all the
way
slang.
better than I do. I've been Mexican my whole life.
Yeah, well, you just mock. All you have to do is mock the accent. Like if you hear me mock my mom's accent, it sounds like this. Hello, Marvick. So what you do when you speak Tagalog is you basically break down the accent and almost like for example, the Tagalog accent sounds like a chicken falling down the stairs. It's very bouncy. So it's very like...
See, we need to be on air. We're losing all this awesome stories.
No, it's okay. I say the same jokes over and over again. It's I blame my early 20s. It's cool. So... I can't believe I can say that and mean it. Like, hey, my early 20s. Remember that shit?
I know. I'm 40, so...
God bless you. You live under the fountain of youth. It's all that dick. Yes! It's all that balls in your mouth. Just like, youth! Youth! Okay, cool. I'm literally utilizing this microphone. This is great. This is
yeah, when my baby brother was like, I guess my other brothers I have 3 younger brothers. They didn't realize how sexually active I was, to put it in the shortest way. And I told them, I was like,
maybe it's my only form of cardio.
And they were like, and he was like, so you're telling me my brother is a hoe?
I mean, depending on your position, I'm sure. I mean, like there's top and bottom, right? So bottom would be a hoe, top would be just the normal, like, yeah, dude, I'm piping this dude down.
I think it doesn't matter. I'm one of those people that, if you're getting naked together,
that's kind of just, but that's
there's not a lot of situations that you can be naked with somebody and touching them without it being sexual.
So apparently I'm an optimist and a hoe. That's cool. I'm like, I'm not a hoe, I'm fine. It's just, I'm the one piping her down. It's cool. Oh, yeah, because I'm
also,
naked
I think,
too. Okay.
I always say, like, I have a sexual preference, but I think ultimately every gay guy could go either way as far as...
Well, shit, you have options, right? You're like, dick, whatever. What do you feel like today?
Yeah, there's a guy that slips into my DMs and sends me stuff, and we talk about that. He'll be like, because he's like, oh, I'm a top, and I was like, yeah, but like, he'll send me a picture of a guy, and I was like, yeah, but you bought him for him, and he was like, yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not really a...
Right, she's over there like, speak more of this. We're gonna watch gay porn later.
I love chicks that watch you. I have a friend that she would go through my stash and she's like, "Can I borrow this one?" And I'd be like,
"You have a stash? What year is this?"
No, we're talking about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Like DVDs.
All right, you're like,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, I remember that. Those were good days, dude. Because you like literally you got to know that person getting piped down. You know what I mean? I got to know that girl. We had a relationship. It was just like, yo, I can't wait for hour 2, scene 3. You know, like
I think that's how also you find out that you're a relationship person, because that was when they were like, well, how can you keep watching the same video? And I was like, because I like the way that those like, and then because a lot of other people are like, I'm done. Well,
that's it. I feel like browsing for porn is almost like dating, because you are going to see that person naked and share that intimacy. We're like, ugh. Okay, so that's the only way to do it. You know, there's no sexy way masturbating, right? Just like,
obviously there's a lot of porn stars, Instagrammy, Snapchatty porn stars, and like I was like, I can't get into watching somebody masturbate personally.
Yeah, well, that's why strip clubs are dead now, because all these girls are actually doing a webcam now, so they don't have to worry about people finding where they are. Don't ask why I know that.
I think, I mean, you're running in a circle that's like, that has.
Well, like, at one point before I found a decent one, we had a joke like, they're the only kind
a decent girlfriend. Not a stripper.
Thank God. And she's not smiling about it because she knows. Look at her. She's like, "Yep, what's up, dog? What's up? Watch this. Watch me be a beast." I'm gonna get broken up.
He said he was gonna be nervous.
Yeah, no, I just needed it for we needed drama. It has to have all the emotions: laughter, a suspense.
Are we gonna cry? If we talk about that kid that yesterday and the shooting,
what?
I was crying this morning.
Okay, I'm not aware of that.
I won't change the mood, but yeah.
Okay. I will Google this later and even have a normal conversation that's not recorded where censor myself on the broadcasting, the oldest form of entertainment, one of the oldest forms of entertainment, right? All right, this is great behind the scenes. Watch the actual recording or podcast bunk, but this is like the best part, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd start the videos early, and it could be unedited.
And then the second that turns on, I'm like, I'm a body piercer.
That's what Gordon did to us. He was fucking with us too, though.
Also know that all of us are actually just nervous wrecks. We just look cool, So dude, like we're not the best in public, which is why we just stay in the shop.
I'm still waiting for someone to talk shit and call me a poser, because I only have like one major.
There's all of us are posers. You know what I mean? I do magic tricks. What do you expect from? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
But at least you don't only do magic tricks. That would be worrisome if you're like, I'm gonna be a magician, and you're like, uh-oh.
That was actually the goal until I realized it didn't get you laid in high school. So I discovered rock and roll.
You put it on hold.
Yeah, I was like, right? I was like,
Your mom would be knocking on the door. What are you doing in there? You're like, not magic, Mom.
She's actually very conservative and thinks it's witchcraft. She's like, what is that, huh? Did that coin just appear in my ear, huh, Marbit? What is that? That is not Christ-like, huh? Okay. I know, right? I'm sorry. Oh, my bad, dog. I know. What are you doing, huh? Broadcasting? Is that... Why don't you be a nurse? Huh?
Why aren't you a nurse?
Because wow, you got triggered. Wow. I know, it's okay. Okay, here's the life hack. I pay my mom's rent. I'll come home with a new... so just stick with this. You know what I mean? Because that's what I did, dude. I didn't do well the first 5 years of body piercing. I was couch hopping, dude. I was like, piercing for... my prices were like half the price of what they are now. Just to earn people in and get their clientele so I can prove to them how much I enjoy my job. You know what I mean? So just do it. And then try and live fairly comfortably for a tattooed 30-year-old brown guy. Okay? So that's really hard to do. Okay? So I'm also very exhausted, but it's fine. So it's a good time, I swear. I have hand tats. I feel cool now. Okay? So make sure you get this. Did my hair for this and we're recording. It's great. Ooh, feedback. Okay, my bad.
Wait,
I'm like out of jokes.
The
so
other mics aren't on, right? Do I need to...
No,
the other...
no.
Okay. Yeah, we're ready when you are.
Yeah.
All right,
We've been ready. We were,
Yeah, we're just hanging out now. That's cool, right?
I was born this way.
So let's go to the rules real quick. We already told you there's signs everywhere in there. No cursing.
I'm gonna bring you into this later, just to let you know. Just cause now. Why not? Why not?
I don't even
dude?
know if he can show up on the recording. Can you?
I don't know, man. On the recording here?
Yeah, like does it? If you talk like that right now?
If I unmute my mic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna be.
Why not,
I'm not
man?
a part of the show. I'm just.
I don't mind.
I just work here.
Why not, dude?
We're off the rails now. This is episode 10.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think
It's
you
time.
contribute anything.
What do you mean, dude? What do you mean? Your trauma induces my humor. Like, you know.
He's a piercer.
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
like,
that's
dude, I literally tell you I'm not here to hurt you and then immediately stab you. You know, like, but you'll leave cuter. You know, like, look at that shit. Now when you wink at girls at Twinkles, you got your nose pierced. It's cool. You know, it's a good time. I'm still not red. And
I told you I'm just gonna walk away and just
Yeah.
come back in a half hour.
This is his show now.
I told
Wow,
you. I told
this is
you.
weird. What am I gonna do? Just like,
He's gonna go. He's gonna
would you like to hear the song of my people?
go. Okay, just start.
Hey,
You're gonna
hey.
have to just roll.
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay. Going back to the rules.
All right, sorry. We're now late. You know.
Forget to be a fist length away from the mic. Okay.
See, puppy.
You know how to do this, right?
Yeah, through video. You know, that really might Stacy, but I'll try anything twice. Whatever.
Do you want the lights off in here or?
Sure. Yeah, just to help a little bit. So I'm.
That's weird. That's weird. Like,
We'll try to get as close to the end of that because we're starting a little late, right? Okay.
Well, it's gonna go up at 20. When you're 20 minutes in, and you can just go as long as you want after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the lights will come up, and then I'm gonna give you. No, I'm not gonna give you a warning. Just end it.
We could go over. Is there anyone after? Like not majorly over, because if he's on a roll, I don't want to cut him off.
Oh,
Do you know?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So and there's gonna be a loud.
I feel so loved.
The program. So
Okay.
be careful with that. And I'll count you in right now. So have fun, guys.
Weren't we already like?
No, it's gonna go boop, and then he's gonna do like the whole. Hello and welcome to An Ink We Trust, tattoo and art culture in San Fernando Valley, the latest from who is making a mark on the Valley tattoo scene, bringing the tattoo parlor to you. I am your host, Anthony Sanchez. Today we're going to have Marv Santos, already messing up your name.
All good, man. We're
From
still
Needle
friends.
Pushers in Lake Balboa. Thank you for coming by the studio today, Marv.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm having a good time already. Oh, wait. And already messing up. But yes,
Yeah.
thank you for having me. I'm having a good time and messing up.
He's been working on his radio voice, so I don't know. Ladies.
Who is this person? What is it? Everyone loves this voice. I don't know why. Should I just narrate like I am Sam I am? You know?
You like should be doing like smooth R&B jams at like 9 o'clock.
I would like to do metal like this next song's by Pantera. You know? This next song is very close to me. It's by Cannibal Corpse. It's called Butchered at Birth. That would be great. That's a very common.
This is probably the start of your next career.
I don't know how to do anything
There's
else.
somebody. There's like one person listening that's like, we need to get that guy, and not like arrest you.
Right? Oh,
No,
thank
like-
God. Oh, Lord, that sucks. Dude, they don't let you go out. Dude, you have to stay for the full time. I was so upset. I was like, dude, I have to go to work, man. Like, dude, I'll be back, I swear. Okay.
It's always nice when you can get the arrest thing where they let you still go to work.
When
they do
was
like
this
a-
option?
Oh, maybe,
Like-
maybe it's only white people.
Yeah, right, because I got arrested for weed once. That was terrible. You know, and now it's like legal. Everyone's smoking it. It's great.
Yeah,
man.
they need to overturn that. When Canada legalized it, they built that into the law that like any weed thing was no longer, like kind of expunged or something.
What?
Yeah, but Canada's cool like that.
One day. Nah, man.
Yeah. That's a whole other thing.
I have beef with their bacon. It's just not what it is. It's not. It's bologna.
Do you like poutine?
I have no idea what you just called me, and I'm very offended. I heard this word in the Food Network once, so I'm trying to gather my memory.
It's French fries with gravy on it.
I'm so down, dude. What do you mean, dude? Let's chop up a hamburger patty, put that on there, dude. Call it a meal.
When I first saw it, I was like, really?
When I first heard it, I'm like, see, puppy. I'm down, dude. Let's do this. French fries and gravy. And it just sounds so fancy. And all it is it's like tocino. It's bacon. You know, so...
So everyone's getting a flavor of what Marv's like to he's a piercer.
Yes.
So we'll kind of dip there and come back. So you're
we haven't even talked about tattooing your body.
I was like, we're just gonna. So we'll cover this real quick. So you got into piercing in 2008. You're telling me?
Yes, that was fun. I was playing for the right band at the wrong time. It was fantastic. My guitarist, his wife, ended up mentoring me to pierce. So that was cool. I got to excel while still living the rock and roll lifestyle that I enjoy, aka waking up at 10, 11, 50 and getting to work by noon, or in this case today, 10:50 and getting to work by noon, or getting here by 11. It was fantastic. Don't tell my boss I woke up early. I appreciate you.
Well, then, you just said it on air, so
it's fine. At least I'm getting myself in trouble. That's cool. Wouldn't be a day at work if I wasn't in trouble.
What was it like to do your first piercing?
I was a nervous wreck, man. You ever stab somebody? You know?
No.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
Yet.
Well, no one's broken your heart yet, nor is willing to pay you money for it.
Oh, someone's broken my heart, but...
Right? But not stabbing purpose?
No.
Well, mine's aesthetic.
I'm more of a psychological burn person.
Oh, my God, that's terrible. She's scared, too. Random person.
Random.
Right, hello there. I can still see you through the dark. Okay, so...
He's talking to the engineers, not just people, imaginary people in the other room.
No, I'm schizophrenic. I'm kidding. No,
I'm not even here.
Right? You know, like I'm the, yeah. No, believe it or not, I actually don't like hurting people though. That's not my steezer. That's why I believe people enjoy me, is because I'm finding techniques to not. Because that sucks, you know. At least tattoos graze the top of the skin. I'm stabbing all the way through you. So I'm finding, what works best for me. And that sucks because it's a constant study, and I'm not that smart, you know. But I'm really passionate, so I'm down. So
how many piercings have you done, do you think, over time?
I lost count at the age of 27, man.
Okay.
But it's been a great time, you know, so...
I imagine you have some frequent people, because there's some people that are, like, tattooers, and there's some people who, like, love piercings.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's people that do both, then they're diagram style, but...
Yes. No, I've seen people graduate college, which is crazy. I pierced them when they were a toddler, and, of course, saw them when they were, like, 10, and I'm like, what? And they're not crooked? I'm down, you know, like, so it's...
Tell me about the parents are bringing in their toddlers?
Yeah,
do, like, their ears,
well,
right?
it's better than Claire's, you know what I mean? First, I'm not a mall employee that's 14. You know, I'm actually a professional body piercer that studies and applies theory. Claire's is a 2-hour training video, and no in-house autoclave, and reusing a gun the whole time. That's nasty.
Ew,
you know,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and you're not getting pierced with a gun. It's blunt force trauma. It's the backing of the earring, shoving through whatever part of the body you choose. These are not trained professionals, and I'm not here to really demean them or anything, but
I thought they were going out of business, actually. So
thank you, baby. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Well, because Amazon, everyone can get their cheap jewelry on Amazon.
That's cool too, man. But you know, they're gonna end up spending more money coming to me so I can fix it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like you know, a lot of these jewelry manufacturers that aren't aware of implant grade materials are using nickel to solidify their jewelry, and your body reacts to it. And that's why people get rashes and sometimes even fevers. It's not cool, man. You know,
or the old school, like the needle with the potato behind it.
That's fine. It's vegan. It's cool. You know, it's vegan.
Because before that, they would put a steak, ground beef.
Well, it would be it would be a poutine receiver or something.
Oh my God, callbacks already.
Dude, I'm weird.
Right.
I told you I was weird. The second I stepped into the parking lot, I'm also sweating.
It's hot in here. For some
Lord.
reason, they don't put the AC on for my show.
No, it'll pick up from the mics, right? So
the sweat dripping. They'll be like,
right. He's like. I'm trying to read your questions.
We're gonna do the ASM. They're actually, I didn't put a lot of questions because I knew you were just gonna talk. No, because I knew you were just gonna talk the whole time.
It's cool. That means we're friends now. You know, because you already know.
Well, let's cover some more piercing questions that I so the hygiene process because you just brought that up about players and. So what do? You guys clean the needle?
Yeah, we got an in-house autoclave, ultrasonic, of course. Mm-hmm. We scrub, we polish, we clave. Claving is not a verb, but it is now. Because I do it almost every couple of days. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go clave. Clavin, you know, so I think I mean my kid's new name. I don't know. So that's Clavin. He's cool. He does things, you know, so...
And then aftercare for people that do you when people come back with issues, it's usually aftercare that people don't really follow.
Well, I try to be thorough with it, but you are still going to go through troubleshooting. Only because it's wound care. As much as we're practicing wound care, though, we're not necessarily expecting normal wound care results. Only because we don't really want to heal a piercing. So you do want to avoid stuff like that heal wounds, such as alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, Neosporin. Even Bactine. A lot of these chemicals are cytotoxic, aka they're designed to push away foreign objects, which is where you hear stories about migration to rejection. So what we're making our body do is not necessarily heal the piercing, but adapt to it, which means that's how you want to execute aftercare as well. I just tell people run out of hot water. It does, because you're going to hear about sea salt soaks, you're going to hear about saline wound washes. That's what the pressure of the water does. It corrodes off what you need to clean off without you having to twist and rotate or use any chemicals. I just prefer the hot water because it provides that continuous heat. Of course, that continuous heat promotes blood flow without the use of chemicals, so your body actually creates more white blood cells to create that fistula. Fistula in the medical field is a tunneling of a wound, which is actually very looked down upon in the medical field. But in body piercing, it's fantastic because it's tunneling of a wound and actually what you want to promote. So it's weird. It's weird job I have. It's fun, but it's weird, and I'm perfect for it. It's great. So
you were saying before we started that your mom wants you to
this
be a
is
nurse.
The closest thing she's ever gonna get to a nurse.
That sounds like nurse knowledge right there.
Well, scrubs aren't flattering. Okay, I'm fat. They're boxy. I just look like a square, the Kool-Aid guy. Okay, so it's not cool. You know, I don't like. No, it's not my thing, man. I was never scholastic, but I have always enjoyed working with my hands. But if I am passionate enough about it, I do tend to read more. Like I won't read algebra, but if it allows me to do a better nostril piercing, a helix piercing, cons, tragus, whichever, I'll read an anatomy book and understand it more, so I can apply what I think is beautiful to it.
Is there styles of piercing? Like, is there different methods?
There's multiple methods, and I like to say that there's never a superior one. It's what works best for you. Like you see all these piercers on Instagram with all these awesome, really well done piercings, all done differently. Mm-hmm. So it's what works best for that piercer. I'm a hybrid of tool-free, and sometimes if I want to finish the job right, I will use maybe a hemostat to connect to the jewelry to really get in that tight space to transfer that in there. But yeah, of course, autoclaved, and I usually try to not use any slotted Penningtons to pierce any surface areas such as a navel or even areolas and nipples and stuff like that. I prefer a more precise procedure. Well, precise for me, at least. I know people that pierce with clamps that are very precise as well, but what works best for me, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
How many piercings do you have?
I kept 2 because they look ugly without them on. So I used to have my tray guy done by my very good friend Rance, who I work for as
tray
well.
Guy,
So that,
where's that?
Tragus. It's actually I just had both of them because I'm that guy. I still have my septum. Oh, here.
Oh, okay.
I have it in their side, next to my fake sideburn.
Okay. So like that little mark near your ear, or not the mark, the little flap that kind of.
Yes.
Just for people listening.
Oh yes. So yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're on the air. Okay. But it's right next to the ear.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my septum. I used to have my lip to a 2 gauge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to be a beautiful African princess, and a couple other things that I will not disclose on the air. But yeah.
Well, how does it? Because that's a good question about people that take out their piercings. Does it close up?
Eventually, depending on how long you've had it and how well the fistula has formed. You'll see some people with like a slight pocketing, of course, but the inside's fused, and it takes a while for white blood cells to create new tissue around that.
Okay.
White blood cells. A lot of people mistake after a fresh piercing, swelling, redness, excretion of what looks like pus. But remember, keyword is what looks like. It's not necessarily pus. It's a white blood cell buildup, and that. You know how you see like when you have a scab, you see like pus on top of it. It's actually white blood cells creating new tissue. So that's what it's doing around the jewelry. And I lost my train of thought because it's 11:30 in the morning. That's cool. It's fun.
Well, I was thinking we should move on to.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
We could okay. Of the 2 subjects major subjects that we want to cover is either we'll talk about magic or music. So which one? We have 3. We have magic, music, or food. So you choose which one.
I will talk food because I might go to a buffet after this. I don't know, man. We're right down the street.
What's the best here in the valley?
Hokkaido, only because it reminds me of a Tacky Vegas buffet. I used to go to LA buffet just because it was just like $6 a person.
That's here in the valley, or
yes, okay. Yes. I don't know. I enjoy sushi, so I do I go to King Burger, actually, a burger spot that serves really good sushi. They have like a salmon belly with like caviar on it. Even like their salmon tasting plate's amazing. It has I end it with a truffle. Just go. It's right next to the Dunkin' Donuts on Reseda. Please, King Burger, have their sushi and maybe a burger. I don't know, So
why not both?
Because I'm already fat, dude. I can't have that in the same table.
So with sushi for you, like, are you love the rolls? You love all of it?
I love nigiri. But I don't know. I like tasting fish, man. That's my thing. You know what I mean? It's pretty good. It allows me to actually eat more too, rather than just that one singular roll. Then you're like full off too. At least with nigiri, with the 2 pieces, you're able to just try every single Nemo or Dory out there. So it's a good time. I enjoy it.
Would you trust a sushi place in, like, say, the middle of St. Louis, Missouri?
Yeah, why not? Most of my life decisions start with never mind. We're gonna, but yes, I'll try anything twice. One while I'm messed up, and one while I'm sober to see if I really like it. How's that? So it's.
So we've had very similar dating experiences.
Yeah, right. Right? That's terrible. Try being a piercer. You know how terrible it is to describe what your job is when you're dating? Like, yeah, I stab people and take their money. Oh, where are you going? Babe!
Have girls been like, I'm not going to date a piercer?
No one takes us seriously, man.
Really?
I'll tell you that right now.
I'm sure at first they're like, I'm going to get a free piercing.
No, they're not. That's so cute. No, I work my butt off, man. What are you getting for free, dude? Look how cute that looks. You're going to pay now. Free. Dear Lord. I mean, it's a luxury. Pay for it. We're not supposed to have this. We get it because we want it,
So then let's talk about your music. Are you still playing?
I'm
like as a hobby at least.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes I'll get a niche to play in a band, but I also have to remember that I'm into body piercing now. That's my. It's a whole discipline on its own. Playing music, as much as I love it, and it's kept me alive for mentally and emotionally for years. Body piercing feeds me and allows me to live the life that I'm able to live, and even play music when I want to, not because I need to. I do miss it. I do miss playing. I do miss performing in front of a crowd and having them sing back our songs. That's something I'll never forget. But I was broke. So, you know, and my apartment's $2,100 a month. So right. I have to go work.
Rent is terrible here.
It is what it is, you know what I mean? That or you live with your mom. I work my butt off, man. It's cool. You know,
so how did you get into music? Was that a high school thing?
I told you, I did magic and found out that didn't get you laid. So I discovered rock and roll and wore tight pants immediately after. That was great, dude. It was a good time.
Was that the skinny jeans era? Was that the emo skinny?
I literally stayed that era. I'm 2005, dude. Like, look at. They can't look at this. They're listening.
We'll see pictures after.
It's fine. I'm wearing a V-neck. I'm kidding.
And the hardcore people will check Instagram.
The hardcore people were more like Gordo than they would like me. You know what I mean? Because I was there. Gordo was like in the Strife music videos. You know? So
was he?
Yeah, he didn't tell you that because he's shy.
He was shy.
He was like, "Hi, I look like the Lorax, and I'm scared. I'm very nervous, and I'm Gordon. Hi." Hello. That's.
Yeah.
Can we edit that out? I worked with a guy.
I'm highlighting now. I'm putting that on the front.
You're editing that and texting it to Gordon.
We're taking the entire show and all we're keeping is that part.
Hi, I'm Gordon and I look like the Lorax.
And you repeat it.
Hi, I'm the Lorax and I speak for the scene kids. And
your PR person, your girlfriend saying stop.
Oh yes, yeah, no, it's fine. I couldn't see it. She's wearing all black.
So what was your main instrument then that you were playing?
I was a drummer because it had the chair. So that was my favorite. I got to sit a majority of touring. But I do enjoy performing, so I picked up strings. I played bass for a couple bands. I played guitar for like 2 bands, man. I'm not that great, but like, you know, when you're playing one string for a breakdown, it really works, you know what I mean? So, and like I said, you know, I'm not that smart, but I'm passionate. So I'll practice and learn just like I do with body piercing, you know? So that's a good time.
What was the rock and roll life? Is it everything that everyone says it's supposed to be?
No. You first
the girls and the drugs.
No, all the girls are 16 first and foremost because it's like scene kids. You know what I mean? And you're like 24. No, you can't eat any of the cake they bring you because it's weird. You live in a van in front of Walmart. There's no hotels. I'm going on a tangent. By the way,
it's a good tangent.
Right, and being brown in Kansas sucks. Okay, so you know, like, and most other states, people usually consider me a roadie, and I'm like, I'm actually part of the band. Thanks, appreciate you. You know?
No, I mean, when I was 18, this was like in '99. When we were like passing through Indiana, there was like they saw us like, and my friend was Rude Girl style, so she had like the hair on the side.
And you're gay. They're like, jackpot, get him.
I wasn't out yet.
Oh, okay.
I came out like later.
My bad. I don't know. You know, I just met you.
But I ate hot dogs in a really erotic way.
Yeah, and they're like, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get Grand High Master the second we get him. Watch this.
No, you can tell that they knew that we didn't belong there. Was really because it was such a, you know. Yeah. And now I think that's the whole backlash. We don't need to get into politics, but I think that's what it's coming from.
Right.
So tell us about your magic. Magic.
I'll show you one. Ta-da!
Oh my god!
That was amazing! I almost ruined the microphone. It's fine. That was amazing. I'm kidding.
Well, who got you into magic? What did you see something on TV?
I believe it was in third grade. One of the classrooms caught on fire, so we were in the library. And so I was next to the magic books, and when we were continuing our classes, we were in the library for the classroom, and I was like, and I just learned it, because I wasn't paying attention to who raped Sacagawea. Okay, I was 8. I didn't want to know about rape yet. All right, so so I read magic books and ended up practicing them and ended up enjoying it. I've always. And back to music, I always knew I wanted to perform. I even wanted to be a circus clown. I wanted to do magic, ventriloquist even. And none of that got you laid. So I played in bands immediately in high school. And even do it somewhat in the lobby of our shop, just because people are already nervous. They already feel out of place, and us of all people should know how it feels to be out of place, and I hate that. So I do try to make them feel as welcome as possible. Sometimes when you're a nervous wreck, there is a little bit of performance there. But it's fun, so it's a good time. I dig it. Like, I'm performing now. I don't really talk like this, but this is what people expect to hear. I'm kidding. I really talk like this. Hello.
Are you ready for your piercing?
We're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Awesome. The jewelry's in. We're going to go ahead and screw the ball on. Call it a day. Thank you.
They're like, where's the guy that was on the radio?
I have the face for radio. That's great, right? So, I did my hair for this. I feel so dumb.
Well, we're doing pictures after.
Oh,
so
good. I'm already.
Right.
Yeah, we should air condition before.
Right?
So
we have air freshener.
That doesn't work for photography. They can smell-o-vision. Hello.
Well, I guess we're kind of coming to the end here. So, is there anything else you want to get off?
I'm sad it's coming. I'm having so much fun.
I guess I'll ask one more magic question then. So what are a few of your magic tricks you're doing right now that you're really good? Card trick, sleight of hand.
I do normal prop stuff actually.
He's looking in the room, everybody. He's gonna make something just
here. Let me see that Sharpie.
This pen?
Let me see that Sharpie. Okay. I want you to stay calm. Okay. This is yours. This is
right?
My pen. Bought this.
He's holding a pen. He made it look like it went up his nose and out of his mouth. So now we're gonna have to clean this.
She's not. No, it's freaking magic. It didn't go in my body. It's nasty.
I don't know that.
I don't know where that's been. It's your pen.
That's true too.
Slut.
And you don't know. I actually got a pen once from like a sex institute for like people that are addicted to sex, and I was like, this pen has heard things.
Well, I need this pen. No, you have, dude. I just want that.
It's all, please get me out of there.
Right. I've heard so much.
I never want to hear David the Company stories again.
I'm gonna go find Jesus.
So when people come in the store, they could see a few of these tricks.
I usually, man,
As long as they buy a piercing.
No, I mean, like, they can do it. I used to show it to kids until I realized adults loved it more because kids still believe in magic,
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, magic has happened, where adults were like, how did he do that?
I went to the Magic Castle once and it was pretty awesome,
dude. Right?
Yeah,
I got to do a couple. Here, I got to do this one at the Magic Castle. I want to see this one. This is so redundant on the air.
Can I tear that? Paper?
Yeah, let's do that. Not bad.
Here, you can tear it. You can tear this "Do not swear" sign.
Can I have this sign?
You
actually,
can.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Here,
Jeez.
I got to do this one at the Magic Castle. The close.
I like the challenge of describing this.
Right.
Honestly.
So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're actually gonna tear this in half. I'm gonna describe. I'm gonna challenge. Accept the challenge.
As a writer, this is challenging.
So now there's
two crumpled papers on the table.
I'm gonna have you stick out your hand, just like I'm sticking out my hand. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this one, put it in this hand, take this one, put it in your hand, close it up nice and tight. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Challenge accepted. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is put it in your hand. Open it up.
He put the piece in my hand.
Are you okay? This is almost like an aquarium for you, isn't it? You're having so much fun. You're having so. Okay.
So do people think it's witchcraft?
I used to be burned at the stake for this, but it's okay. All I had to do is pretend it hurt. It's cool, like, ow, a fire. But I'm not really.
Well, I mean, I think we could top that, but we're not going to top that because we could always come back next semester and do more.
I'll be around, man. I'll still pierce, So
So
get it? Woo!
So, Marv, thank you for coming by the show today. Remind us where they can find you.
You can find me at Needle Pushers on the corner of Satico and Luis in Lake Balboa, California. I am... there's a piercer there after 3 o'clock. Come on, Dan. We'll gladly help you out. There's multiple piercers there. I'm one of them, and one of us will gladly help you out. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun. I can cross this off the bucket list. Right. Being in a padded aquarium. This is fantastic. Is that a smoke machine?
No,
right?
I wish.
Right.
You can also find them on Instagram at Marvelous Piercer.
Yes.
And Needle Pushers. You can follow Needle Pushers at Needle Pushers. And again, Marv is from Needle Pushers in Lake Balboa. You can go for more info.
I literally waved goodbye.
And hold it together, Marv. We're almost out.
I just want McNuggets. I'm hungry. Okay.
Next time we'll have some food and coffee for you.
I appreciate you. That's all. I'll be my writer next time.
It's only red Skittles.
But green Skittles.
Okay, that's cool.
Right? No, don't do that.
For more info, go to kpcradio.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. And for the next show, we got Mike DeVries from MD Tattoo. I want to thank you all for listening. I'm Anthony Sanchez. I hope you join me next week.